Ida Cirino-Lee, and Jessica Durrell. When you start to focus on healing from the inside out, you'll learn so much more about your own health, your well-being, and your state of mind. Once you've started on that, the rest gets a little bit easier every day. Now, here is your host, Karen Weary, and this week's co-host.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shift Happens. This is Karen Weary, and with me today, I have my very own wonderful, amazing, beautiful co-host, Ida Cirino-Lee.
Hi, guys. How are you today? I'm excited to be here today.
Yeah, every Tuesday we have an awesome topic, obviously. But, it is December and we are getting close to the end of the year. We've been talking about the holidays. We're not necessarily talking about holidays today. We are talking about setting intentions, setting goals versus resolutions, because a lot of people set resolutions. And I'll tell you what, decades ago, I stopped doing resolutions because I just didn't feel like that was quite doing anything for me. And that is exactly what our topic is today. It's like, what's the point? If it's not going to do anything for me, then I'm just wasting my time. Now, so tell us a little bit about your take on this resolutions versus goals.
I never like resolutions because, the way I see it, maybe because, I'm Hispanic and my English is different, but, it say and then solution. It's like you're repeating the solution. If you're repeating the solution because you never solve anything.
That's good. I like that.
So that's the way I feel about resolution.
It's true.
I'm sorry, but the thing is that, for example, when you do a resolution, you don't put any definitive measurement or anything like that. You just say, I want to lose weight. I want to have money. The resolution, I want to buy a new house. You put resolutions, but you don't put any steps to take care of it. And sometimes you make resolutions that are way too big for you to achieve. Or either the other way around. Like if you say, okay, my resolution is to lose 10 pounds in 2020. Listen, all you need to do is get a cold and you lose the 10 pounds. My son just lost 10 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
In a week that he haven't eaten anything. You see? So that's not a really good resolution.
Right.
Because, you can do 10 pounds right away. Plus, because it's a small resolution, then you probably say, on January, I can leave it for February. In February, I can leave it for March. In March, no, I can leave it for April. And you keep procrastinating. And here comes December, and you haven't even lost the 10 pounds.
Yeah. And, we all know how that goes. I can't believe that we're halfway through December already. It's like, my God, what happened to 2019? It was just New Year's.
In a shot of an eye. In a shot of an eye, the year goes by quickly. Yes. And if you don't have anything set up on your goals, on what you want to do for the year, you are lost, completely lost.
Yeah.
You do a resolution and then you don't do nothing about it. And then you feel guilty about it. And then you get depressed.
Yes.
And that make you eat more and make a whole bunch of stupid decisions.
Exactly.
Because you get sad, you feel your self-worth go down, you become grouchy about it. Because you didn't accomplish anything, you have nothing to mind. The end of the year, what it used to happen to me, that at the end of the year, every 31st, at the end when it's about 12, about to reach 12, I would start crying.
Oh my gosh. Because
the year is over, and then I was thinking what I did this year. I didn't have nothing to count for.
Right.
All the things that I said I was going to do at the beginning of the year, the good 90% I didn't do.
Yeah. And guess what?
I was like,
yeah. And guess what? Now people, they feel like what you're just describing, and now they're saying that they're depressed and they're anxious. And what do? They run to the doctor and get pills. That had nothing to do with it.
They either go to the doctor or they go to the refrigerator. My issue was the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Because I'm an emotional eater. So when I used to get sad and depressed and guilty and all that, I will go back to the refrigerator.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And whatever progress I made, I kill it because of my stress and the way I was feeling, because I didn't accomplish nothing, because I have nothing to measure.
Yep.
Now, the difference between a resolution and a goal is that the goals you measure, it's quantitative. That's why we're supposed to do SMART goals, that they are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and that they are, time bound. So for example, you want your goal to be specific. So if you want to lose weight, then your goal will be, I want to lose 50 pounds for the year 2020. By December 31st of 2020, you have to put a date. By December 31st of 2020, I want to have lost 50 pounds. Okay? And then measurable and metric. Okay, measurable and metric, that means that I have to measure the progress, that I be able to progress the progress. So if you said 50 pounds, that means that you have to lose around 6 pounds every month. Okay. So are you going to measure every month? Every 30 of the month, I have to measure that I have lost 6 pounds.
Yeah. Break it down so it becomes achievable.
So it's achievable, and you can see it, and you can count the progress. And if you get behind, you know what you have to do, because life happens. Right. Life happens. You get sick. Things happen. But at least if you have a written down that you can visualize it and see it all the time. Okay, and then it's measurable, that you know that you can make small increments at a time, because a small things done constantly is what give you success. Small things done constantly. Yep. Consistency.
Exactly.
That's the key.
Yes.
Not you see, it's like a drop of water in a stone. It is just a drop of water, but little by little by little, it will make a hole in the stone.
Yes.
Because it's constantly putting pressure. So that's what we have to do, constantly. Small measures. And then you have to make it achievable. 50 pounds in a year, that's achievable. Now, if I'm trying to lose 200 pounds in a year, that can be even achievable, but I need to go to the Bigger Loser kind of show, things like that.
Right.
In order to lose that kind of, but in my regular life, I won't be able to do 200 pounds unless I get a bariatric surgery or something like that.
And then that, Biggest Loser thing, is that something that you can continue to do. So that's the whole point that we keep stressing, is that it has to be lifestyle changes.
Exactly. But I'm saying, like, for lose weight, but for any other goal, it's the same thing. It has to be something that you can continually do. Yeah. It's not in the smart, but it's a good point that you just said. Because if you're not continue to do it, you won't be able to keep it.
Right.
You see? Yes. And keeping it is the goal. It's not lost the 50 pounds in 2020, then to put it back in 2021.
Right. Or double it. That's how it usually works, right?
So that's not what you want to do. So, you have to do that. That was a good point, Miss Karen. Did you add that letter into your SMART goal somehow? Okay, and then relevant to what you're doing, relevant to your goals, relevant to your vision for your life, relevant to your skills, relevant to your culture. So, for example, I cannot say, I want to, let me see something that is very irrelevant for me. I want to learn how to play piano, for example, in a year. Listen, I have no talent whatsoever when it comes to instruments. I might be able to learn how to play piano, but it's going to take more than a year to be efficient in learning how to do piano.
Right.
That's something that's very irrelevant for me.
Because you're not interested.
Or I'm going to be a football player. Listen, I cannot do any sport. I'm not skilled for sports. Unless it's swimming. But a sport or basketball or something like that, I cannot do that. So imagine if I say I'm going to be the best basketball, I'm going to get to the NBA. Yeah. That's not relevant to me. It's not in my skills. Yeah. Not something that I can do. You see? Right. Yeah. So that's why you have to make sure that it's relevant. Then time bound is because you have to put a date. Right. You have to put a date. So when you break it down to smaller pieces, you have to put a date when those small pieces are going to get done. Yeah. You see?
And that way, again, I love that piece, especially because that 50 pounds may sound like, let's just, because that's the thing that we've thrown out there. That can sound like a lot, but then breaking it down is like, 6 pounds, that's not much. I can do that. That's, less than, I don't know, just slightly over a pound a week, Yes. So
there's a football player, and I don't remember the name because I'm not into football, but this is the story my husband told me. This football player was drafted, but they always had it in the bench because he was a little bit overweight. So the coach decided to help him lose weight. So the coach told him, I just need you to lose 10 pounds. The man really needed to lose 80 pounds. Okay. But he said, I need you to lose 10 pounds. And he gave him 30 days or 60 days to lose I don't remember how much time, like a short time to lose the 10 pounds. And the kid lost the 10 pounds. And once he lost that 10 pounds, then the coach went again and I said, I need you to lose another 10 and another 10 and another 10. The thing is that at the end, he finished the 80 pounds. And then he went back to the coach and said, how come you didn't tell me I needed to lose 80 pounds from the beginning? He said, because if I tell you the 80 pounds, you will get overwhelmed. Yeah. And I won't be able to do it because you will not reach the 80 pounds as quickly as you want. So if I gave you small achievable goals, you were able to do it better.
There you go. It gave him enough motivations. Like, I can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that. That was a smart coach.
And then a goal that you're right, you need to research the goal that you want in the fact of what do I need to accomplish that goal? Research what do you need to accomplish that goal? What are the steps to break it down to be able to accomplish that goal? What tools do you need to be able to accomplish that goal?
Right.
You see, resources that you need in order to accomplish that goal. What state of mind you need in order to accomplish that goal?
Yeah.
Losing weight you need to have is something that everybody talk about, but when your mind is ready to lose weight, that's when you're going to do it. Yeah. It's not going to happen before because you're doing all kind of exercise. Believe me, I've been in every diet that you can think of. Okay. Yep. And it didn't happen until I actually put my foot down and my mind was set that I really needed to lose weight, that I really needed for my health. And I'm still in my journey because I need to lose more. But I lost already about 67 pounds.
Wow. That's great. Yeah.
When I put my mind to it.
Yes.
Not before.
And I think a big piece of getting your mind in the right space is also figuring out your why. Why is it important for you to reach this goal? Right?
Exactly.
Because if it's something that is heartfelt and it's the best why is one that brings tears to your eyes. Now you know you got a really good why there.
Yeah, and my why was because I started the journey when I saw my granddaughter being born.
Yeah.
And then my son at that time was small. And I said to myself, I need to do something because I wanted to be able to spend time with them. I wanted to be able to play with them. I wanted to be able to run behind my granddaughter and my grandson. I'd be able to play ball and do all the different things that they want to be. I didn't have energy. Imagine I fell when my daughter was doing the squats, trying to give birth. And they told her that she needed to do a squat every single time that she had a contraction because they make her walk because she wasn't dilated completely yet. Yeah. And one of the squat, I fell down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so embarrassed.
Right.
They had to take my daughter and then pick me up from the floor.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't even get up myself.
So that was a big realization right there.
That was the wake-up call.
Hello. I can't get up.
Sometimes people need to go, fall down in the bottom in order for them to know that they need to pick up themselves and go on and do what
literally.
They have to do. Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Yes.
Literally. So what have been your experience with the resolutions and goals for in your experience?
Definitely the goals is something that's more tangible and something that, and I don't always do all the steps of the SMART goals. But what I always do is I make a vision board, what I've been doing the last several years. And I don't always reach. Sometimes a lot of the things was what was going on at the end of the year that I thought, okay, something's going to happen with that. And then other things, opportunities and outdoors open. So I leave those. However, it's still something that moves me forward. And I think that's the biggest piece.
It's just that people don't understand when you make goals. It's like I said, goal is like the GPS. You put your vision, your goal at the bottom of that's the address where you're going to be. Right. But then when you take your car and you turn on that GPS and you put the address and you make a U-turn, or maybe there's construction in the road, and because the construction road, they take you to another exit that wasn't there, what the GPS does, reroute. We need to make sure that we have plans and that we can follow. But the most important thing is that where are we going to go and what we want to do is our responsibility. The how is the universe, God responsibility that to take you into the how, because things happen in life. But if you didn't have no guidance or where you're going to go, then you didn't know what to reroute. And you'll be, running crazy and running without any guidance through your life because you didn't have goals and set up for your life.
Yeah. And speaking of a GPS, I'm telling you, if one of your goals is to get your finances in order, and they don't have to be a mess, at all, but that is a big piece. We just had a quick little conversation about how neither Ida or I are money oriented. However, money is what makes the world go around and what you can make things happen with it. And, being stuck in mortgages and car loans and student loans and credit cards and all that, it's easy to, even if you do have a little bit of disposable income, it's like, okay, you're getting nowhere real quick. If you are looking to have a tool that literally becomes your financial GPS, go to shifthappens.live and click on the financial one, because I do a webinar that's free every Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. and where I talk about this tool. I just got this tool for myself, and let me tell you what, I was, according to the bank, supposed to be done paying with all my stuff in just over 29 years. That will make me 80 years old.
Wow.
Yes. And that's
I don't want to be
good.
paying bills at 80 years old.
Exactly. No bueno. So no bueno.
You learn Spanish. Come on.
I'll be working forever.
No, I don't think so.
No. So with this software, the way things are right this moment, because it's totally personalized, it's always calculating what is it going to do for you in your particular situation right here and now. I will be paid off in 8.9 years, saving $67,000 and more than that. But and then it also shows you, as you pay things off, how much and how much you would have saved at a 1% interest rate by the time you would just be getting done, paying off all your stuff. For me, it's over $600,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That will make a great retirement.
Right?
Between that and Social Security, girl, you'll be.
And that's just 1%. I mean, it's easy to find something that will pay you a lot better. And I have all kinds of thoughts and ideas of kinds of things that I want to do. So, yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I know.
I need that.
We all need this, because there are so many wonderful things that we can do to give back to the community, right? When we have money.
Yes, and people don't understand how important it is to have financial literacy when it comes to your health.
Exactly. So much stress that we have because of our finances. Now, we are getting ready to listen to a couple of messages. And when we come back, we're going to talk more specifically about goals versus resolutions and how to make goals, set goals that will move you forward.
Yes.
And we're clear.
All right. Cool.
So, Ms. Karen, what is one of your goals for this year, for 2020? What is one of your main goals for 2020? Okay.
All right. Well, one is I want to finish this journal. I'm close to finishing a book. I need to finish that, but the easiest, quickest one to get done will be the journal, kind of like what we did with It Takes Money, Honey, but this will be mine, all mine. And, so that will be a really nice one. So I have multiple projects that are all up in here that I need to put on my vision board. How about you, Ida?
For me, one of the goals is also I'm working in a book that it was supposed to be one of my goals for this year to finish it, but I'm almost there. I don't know if I'm going to get it totally finished by the 31st. I'm rushing to see if I can get it finished by the 31st.
Awesome.
But at least it's going to be very much done by the time the year first comes in.
Good.
So that's one of the things that I want to do. Another thing that I want to do is I want to travel more.
Oh, yes.
I want to travel more. I want to have at least 2 vacations next year.
Oh, nice. I like that.
And spend more time with the family and get to see the world a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I would like to do. And next year, when it comes to my son, is when he can apply for, if he passed the entrance exam, he can apply for dual enrollment. So my key is getting him prepared also next year so that he can apply at the end of the year for dual enrollment. So 11 and 12, he'll be doing dual enrollment.
Nice. That'll be really good.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I want to do for 2020.
Yeah.
And then for me personally, I want to lose another 30 pounds.
Okay.
So I'm going to be working on that as well.
Totally doable, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There you go. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good. It's going to feel really good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel pretty good right now. Thank God, the losing those first 67 pounds and I've been able to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I need to get a little bit, I need to do more, but I've been able to keep it. And it's helping me a lot, not taking all those pills. I used to look like a zombie.
Yeah.
I used to look, the Tom and Jerry cartoons when
10
you put
seconds.
a toothpick in the eyes. That's how I used to look.
Oh God.
Of the drugs. So, the medication
All right.
for about high blood
Sorry to
pressure.
interrupt, ladies. We are coming back. Aida, I love your glasses, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's new. They're new.
You are listening to Shift Happens with Karin Weary. Do you have a question or comment about today's program? If so, we'd love to hear from you. Call in to the live show at 1-866-472-5792. That's 1-866-472-5792. Or send an email to karinw@insightscounselingcenter.com. Remember that Karin is spelled Karin. Now, back to Shift Happens.
Thank you for tuning in to Shift Happens, where we make shift happen in your life so that you can live the best, juiciest life that you are here on this planet Earth and was born to live, because I do not believe that we were just here to coast along and just kind of sort of move on. I really believe that we came here to grow, learn, develop, and do everything that we can, because every one of us have special talents and tools and skills that are unique. We're like little snowflakes. Everyone is different, even though we can't see that with the naked eye, but they are. And so you have special things that you have to provide to the world. And it's just a matter of digging that out and finding out. And one of the things is that a lot of people talk about how I don't know what my purpose is in life. It's not something that is it could be anything. Yeah. It could be anything. Pick something.
The thing is that people think that their purpose, if you go to a church, people think that their purpose is to be pastor, pastor, preacher, evangelist, or something like that. Mm-hmm. If you go in the regular community, people think that their purpose is something big, like I'm going to be a doctor or I'm going to be a celebrity or something like that. Just being in the right place at the right moment so you can say a kind word to that one person that will transform their life could be your purpose. Just being in the right place at the right time. Your purpose can be the best mom ever, because that child is going to be the one discovering the cure of cancer.
Yeah. And I think you may have mentioned it before, but I came across it in an article about they are looking into epigenetics, which I just love epigenetics. The whole idea of that we are not doomed by our genes the way they are. It's really a lot to do with our environment and our thoughts that all affect it. Now, they have found, because they did this study on nematodes or whatever, because they have a very short lifespan span, where there were experiences that they had that was passed down 14 generations ahead. So, and they know that things like Holocaust survivors, they're the next generations, they have lower levels of cortisol and such. And so what you do here now has an effect, and that's what I call the ripple effect that you have. And in this case, 14 generations ahead. That is significant.
Awesome. That's very significant. That's why you need to know that you are special and that you have something to do in this life. And that some people get blocked on what to do for their purpose, thinking that their purpose is something big. It might be something big. Just flow in your life. Do what you're supposed to do. Be active and productive. Nurture your talents, and the things that you like to do. And in your journey, in your journey of doing is when you're going to find what is your purpose. Yes. It's not that one day somebody's going to drop into your ear, okay, Miss Carrie, your purpose to save Ida from dropping from the roof of a building. No, that's not going to happen. You need to be working in whatever it is your talent and the things that you like to do and what is put in front of you, and then you're going to find your purpose. Do you know what the richest place in the world is?
The richest place? No.
No, it's not Dubai like people think, okay? It's not the marvelous things of the world. The richest place are the cemetery. Because people are going early because they don't take care of themselves without fulfilling their purposes. There are books there, there are cures there are radio hosts there are cures invented there are machines invented there are technology invented there that people didn't get to do because they didn't take care of themselves and left early.
That's a really deep point right there. I really like that. Yes.
So those are the richest places, you know. That's why while you're alive, you have to make sure that you take care. The way that you set up goals, before you can sit down and decide what goal are you going to accomplish or what goal are you going to set up, you have to study self and know self and know what self like, what self skills they have, what work out the issues that you had in your life so that you can block yourself, work out through your unforgiveness and resentments and issues so that you can be free to do whatever it is that self's supposed to be doing. And then once you discover self and you know what it is, then you can visualize yourself doing something. You cannot make a goal without visualizing yourself that you're able to accomplish it. If you cannot visualize yourself doing it, it's like I visualize myself 30 pounds thinner, wearing a bathing suit. Because I don't wear a bathing suit now. I wear shorts and a tank top when I go to the beach.
Yeah.
You know,
there you go.
Or either a bathing suit with a skirt.
Yeah.
But can I wear, like a one piece? That's how I visualize myself. You have to visualize yourself doing whatever it is that you want to do. So when you visualize yourself, you know it's unattainable. And when you visualize yourself, you don't visualize yourself with the limitations that you have now. You visualize yourself that imagine that I have everything that I need, the money that I need, the place, the people, the surrounding, the environment, the opportunities, the investment, everything that I need to make that possible. You see? And then visualize yourself. Yeah. That's why vision boards are so helpful because when you put in a picture that you're visualizing yourself the way that you want to be or what you want to do.
I love how you are talking about this because the brain doesn't know. They have done studies, they're always doing studies with the people with electrodes all over their head. And they have had people visualize something and then actually do it. And it's the same area of the brain that lights up. The brain doesn't know the difference between whether it's happening inside of your head and you're thinking about it or it's actually happening. So you can make it happen. It starts with a thought and a vision.
You have to visualize yourself. And then once you visualize yourself and you know that you can do it, that is something, then you have to go back and then think about what are the steps that I need to do in order to get to that point.
Yeah.
To get to that whatever I'm visualizing, I need to write down what are the steps that I need to do. If I need to do research to find out what it is that I need to do, or if I need to get a class in order to learn what I need to do, and do I need to get a new skill to get there, or do I need to refine and nurture more the skills that I already have on my talents in order to get there? You need to do the research.
Yeah.
So that way, when you're planning your goal, then you can, the main goal, once you know what it is, that visualize it will be like the address in the GPS. And then you're gonna be able to break it down in 12 big steps. 12 smaller steps from the big one.
Right.
And then once you do that, that you know exactly how to get there, then you need to start writing down action steps that you're going to take. What are the action steps that I need to do?
Okay. Yeah.
To be able to accomplish this particular goal that I have.
Kind of like writing an instruction book on how to accomplish this.
Once you do that, then you have to realize also, once you already make the step, plan for setbacks. Plan for setbacks. Because setbacks are going to happen.
Yes.
So you always have a plan B, like a plan B type of things. Or what I will do if this happen, or what I will do if this happen, that way, what to do if something happened in life, you get sick, or you get busy from work and you're not able to work in one of the tasks that you need to do in order to accomplish.
Right.
And then make it visualized where you can mark this is done. And when you mark something that is done, you celebrate yourself that is done. Celebrate yourself.
Yeah.
Something little. Go to dinner. Buy yourself a new dress. Do something that means that you accomplish a step. That's going to encourage you to go to the next step.
Yeah, because now you get that sense of, I mean, you know what it is also is that it's a promise that you made to yourself. And that's a big part of confidence, is that when people, they don't have confidence, is because they've promised themselves that we're going to do things, and then they kept breaking the promise to themselves.
But the promise is break because what you said before in the last session is that because we don't have a why. Mm-hmm. When you visualizing, you need to also visualize the why you want to do that.
Yes.
What is the why? The why have to be something big and heavy.
Yeah.
That you know that you're going to do it no matter what, because you have a big why you're doing it.
Yeah.
And usually the why is out of it's not necessarily because of us. It's more usually because of others.
Yes.
Absolutely. Of course, I want to lose weight because I want to be able to wear a dress and look pretty on it. That's, but my main goal is being able to run after my granddaughter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now I can do it, but I couldn't do it before.
Right.
Run after my back daughter. And when my son do karate and he want to practice with me, I'd be able to, do things with him and participate because I have the energy, to do it and vitality to do it.
Yeah. And you are connecting with them on a whole different level.
So your why is usually something big.
Yeah.
Visualize that goal. So you visualize that goal, then you research what are the steps that you need to do. And then once you research the step, then you just start putting action step down, writing down the action steps so that you can start accomplishing them. Okay. And then you plan for the inevitable, the things that can happen.
Right.
Things can happen. Not only that sometimes, I don't know if that happened to you, you have a goal, you start working on it, you take the step, and then life itself bring out other opportunities or a new way to do it, another way that you thought that you were going to do it.
That's what I was talking about with my vision boards. That happens a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then the vision board, writing it down first. Writing it down, I help you put it in paper and visualize it. And then actually doing the board. Mm-hmm. And then put the board as your thing in your phone, as how you call it, the first thing you see in the phone.
Oh, wallpaper?
The wallpaper right there.
Yes.
Make it the wallpaper in your phone. Make it a picture to put in your desk. Have the big board somewhere in your house that you can see it every single day, every time you walk by.
Yeah.
And then what I do with my board is that I have sticky, the little sticky yellow things. That every single time I accomplish one of the goals, I put a sticky that is accomplished. Right now, on my board, I have like 92% of my board accomplished.
Wow.
This is my best year. That accomplishing the goals that I've done amount. I never have done 100%.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Mm-hmm. That is also probably what do you call it? Because of practice, because you've been doing this and you've been doing it consistently. So you're getting better at setting goals. You're getting better at reaching them and setting these smart goals set up.
And the last thing is that you have to do is be consistent. Consistent, like I said before, small things done well consistently is what is going to make the difference.
Yes.
Consistency. No matter what happened, once you got to go, no matter what happened, no matter if you have to reroute, but consistently do something for that goal. Or if the goals have changed, make sure that you rewrite it, repost it in your board, so that you're walking towards the new goal.
Yeah.
If like I said, life happens. Sometimes things change. Opportunities comes into your life. I never knew being in a radio show was not one of my goals for 2019. Right. It's an opportunity that you presented to me.
Yeah, and guess what? Now you're not just on one radio show; you're on two.
Look at that. I didn't call that. I'm in two bilingual now. One in Spanish and one in English.
There you go.
And that wasn't something I planned. And being a speaker was nothing that I planned. I always planned doing one-on-one coaching, maybe some group coaching.
Right.
For this year, that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I have done more speaking engagements, radio stations, podcasts, all kind of things.
Yeah.
And now, towards the end of the year, I did a group of my e-course in November.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing another one in December.
That's awesome.
That is what I thought I was going to do all year from the beginning.
But all those other things probably led to,
Exactly.
yes, what you have now. Yes.
Because now, because of you and because of the other show, then I'm more visible. So when people hear my name, they really know who I am and what I can bring to the plate, and they're more willing to work with me.
Yeah. And
so everything have a way of working out.
Yeah. Yeah. And can I share something about visualization? A friend of mine shared with me today. He's saying that it's actually a technique that's as ancient as the time. You know, they found it in France in caves, and they found cave paintings on the roof of animals that at that time did not exist in that area. And then they found also some flat rocks placed just below the paintings at a short distance. And scientists, they assumed that Neanderthals, they used to lie on the rocks looking at the ceiling and paintings and visualizing animals reaching the area to feed them their families.
Wow, look at that.
Isn't that incredible? So this is like 30,000 AC, these wall paintings.
Wow. Well, it's like I saw the other day an article from the 1940s, that a guy wrote, and he said that in the future, the phones are going to be able to be held by the hand, and who knows, people are going to be able to see each other in the phone, and everybody's going to have a phone. And they won't need the phone in the home. He was saying that when cell phones were never even invented, because I was born when they were not even invented yet.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not telling my age, okay, people, I'm young. But but I've been before and after technology.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm saying 50s is the new 30s. So there you go.
Exactly.
And I'm putting it out there. I'm 51. So I'm good. I'm good.
So, he said that, and look at now, somebody visualizes, everything that we see in this world has been visualized first. It's been in somebody's mind first, and then put it down in paper and then created everything.
It is powerful. It is powerful.
Yes.
So if you want to create financial peace and have a financial GPS, go into the free webinar tomorrow evening. Well, go to and register for it right now at www.shifthappens.live and learn more about it. We will be right back after these couple of messages to wrap up this show about setting goals that will help you move forward in life.
And we're clear.
So what's your book about, Ida?
My book is How to Become the CEO of Your Health.
Oh, I like it.
And then it's going to go through, to become the CEO of your health, you have to work in your mind first. Then you need to get empowered with all the information. The whole acronym is called MediSpa. And then it's a mindset first, then get empowered with the information, then get a detox, get rid of all the garbage, then get your individual protocol, lifestyle protocol, targeting whatever condition you have. And then work into your spiritual life, work all the things in the past, on forgiveness, resentment, self-worth, gratitude, all that stuff. Then find your purpose or at least work, get into a guidance of what you want to do in life. Because people that doesn't have a vision and a purpose or know where they're going, they go through life, taking all kind of decisions that hinder their health and hinder their families and relationships and everything else. So at least give them a way of going so they can feel more accomplished and happier about their life.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the A for accountability and taking action in their life.
I like it.
That's what my book is about.
Very cool.
And that's how my class runs too.
Yeah.
That's how I do run my class with my clients.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. And that's how you get to that lifestyle that will be consistent.
Consistent and holistic. You don't leave any part of yourself behind. You need to take care of your mind, because when your mind is not straight, it will reflect into your body. It will reflect into your spirit. When your spirit is not straight, you don't have no self-worth, you won't take care of yourself, mentally or physically.
Yep.
And when your physical is messed up,
20 seconds.
You're going to be depressed, tired, painful, and your mind is not going to be straight, nor your spirit.
Right.
We need to keep everything, together.
Exactly. That's what we're all about.
Amen.
All right, ladies, here we go. We are coming back.
You are listening to Shift Happens with Karin Weary. Do you have a question or comment about today's program? If so, we'd love to hear from you. Call in to the live show at 1-866-472-5792. That's 1-866-472-5792. Or send an email to karinw@insightscounselingcenter.com. Remember that Karin is spelled Karin. Now, back to Shift Happens.
Hello, and thank you all for hanging in there, because we are talking about how do you make shift happen in your life, because we all have the power to do something to create the life that we came here to live. And today, in the spirit of it being close to the end of the year, we are wrapping up 2019 real quick. Today, I have with me one of my amazing co-hosts, Cirino-Lee.
Yes.
Yeah. And we are talking about setting goals versus resolutions. And we both agree we're not big fans of resolutions because they tend to be kind of superficial. And we don't really, they're kind of highfalutin, goals that we don't accomplish, versus goals, is something that, Ida's been breaking it down on how do we get, it almost becomes the instruction book for reaching what it is that you want to reach.
Remember, guys, if you have to do a resolution, you have to repeat the solution. That means that you didn't, solve any problem before.
Right.
And many problems are not going to get solved anyway. So that's the reason why you want to have a goal. This time I want to teach you about the rock method. Okay. The rock method. Have you ever seen the illustration that they take a jar and they have big rocks, then they have pebbles, and then they have sand?
Yes.
Okay. The rocks are the priority, the most important things, which is spiritual, your relationship with God or spiritual life, okay, your marriage and your family life, and your health. Those are the big the rocks. Okay. And then the pebbles is your work, and all the important things, but they're not as important as your health, relationship with God or whatever spiritual affiliation you have, and your family and marriage, and your children. And then the sand is like social media and going out and the movies and all that stuff. So usually what happens is that what they did in the illustration is that what people do most of the time, waste the time in social media. So they put the sand first, okay? Then they put the rocks, the little pebbles. And then when they were trying to put the rocks didn't fit. So your priority were not able to be done. So you have to set priorities in your life. So that means that when you create your schedule now, your calendar for 2020, and you want to break down your goal, the first thing that you want to do before you even put out the goal out, you want to block the times for self-care, okay? Time with your husband or significant other and family, time with your children, okay? And time for your spiritual, whether you meditate, whether you do devotional, whether you go to church. Those are the main things. Why? Because if your family is happy, you're going to be happy and you're going to have the energy. If you are taking care of yourself, doing self-care, you're going to have the energy, vitality, and focus to do whatever you need to do in less time, more productive and effective. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the relationship with your creator is very important, because he's the one that gives you life. You are life not because you make yourself life, because something bigger than you is giving you that life. So when you're peaceful, when you're peaceful spiritually, when you have work in your forgiveness and the resentments and all that other stuff that you have in your life, then you're also going to be more free to work in anything that you want to work. So the first thing that you do before you start breaking down your goal is that you put the schedule in front of you and you block in color the areas for this big rock, okay? Once you do those, that you're already taking care of your family, self-care, health, and your spirit, then you break down the goals. Remember that we talked that you have the big goal that for the year, you break it into 12 because of a month, and then those of the month, then you break it into tasks. Mm-hmm. And you're already going to have spaces in your calendar that are already colored for task. And that's where you're going to plug in your task. Mm-hmm. You see? And that way you're going to get it done.
Yes. Yes. That's beautiful.
But it is important, very important for you to set priorities. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you don't going to have the energy. Some people say, like I have, clients all the time. So, because I need to do this, and I'm working in my goals, and I'm working in my vision, and I'm working in my purpose. And then they're working into with the times of the night without getting any rest or anything like that. You're not productive when you're not focused. You're not doing your best work when you're not focused. When you're tired, you cannot concentrate. The best ideas do not come when you're tired.
No.
You need to rest. And then the same work that took you 2-3 hours before, once you rested, you probably can do it in better quality in an hour.
Yep.
Yes. See? And then another thing, you cannot have peace to do those things when you know that your family is not happy, when you know that your husband is not happy, and you have marital issues, when you're not involved in your child's life, and now the child don't want to spend any time with you.
Yep.
And he's falling out the trail, doing bad things because you're not there to pay attention and to be active in their life. And then they have drama against you, and drama and all that stuff is important. And then when you don't work out the things that happened to you in the past, and you don't practice forgiveness, and you don't practice gratefulness, okay? And you don't have your me time for yourself to recharge. And you're supposed to have some me time every week, okay? Mm-hmm. And the time with your creator is every day. Because you're breathing every day. You don't breathe once a week, okay?
Yeah. Hopefully all day.
Oh yeah, every day, all day. So you need to spend some time in some devotional, sometimes in some meditation, And sometimes, when you're doing that meditation, is when you get your ideas and things like that. I don't know if it happened to you, but when I do meditation, I always have a journal next to me.
Yeah.
Because when I come out of my meditation, it's like I get bombarded with some ideas.
Wow.
Or at night when I do in my gratefulness journal, sometimes I put a little bit more than my gratefulness because I come up with an idea or something that I can do. And so I jog it there too.
Yeah.
So those things are very necessary so that you can get ideas for your purpose and for the things that you're working on in life, or solutioning any issues that you're having with your family, with your husband. Those times are very important. So you need to plug in those first, then you add everything that have to do, and then you're still gonna have time for the fun. Because when they did that exercise, remember I told you was the big rocks, the pebbles, and the sand?
Yep.
When he did it the right way, and he put the big rocks first, and then he put the pebbles and shake the bottle so the pebbles will fall into the cracks. Then he put the sand, and all the sand fit in. Okay, and then after he put the sand, he was able to put water. And water wasn't in the first three things. So that means that you still have time to do all the fun, crazy things that you want to do.
Yeah.
In between.
And extra, and some.
And extra. And some. When you take care of your priorities, when you are happy and healthy and connected, and when it comes to relationships, and also build up in the priorities, not only your family, your husband and your wife, but you have friends. You have to nurture your friends too.
Yep.
Relationships that you make, even the relationship with your clients, you need to nurture those if you want them to keep being your clients.
Right.
You have to nurture that. So you have to have the time as well for that. But take care of yourself first, and you're going to see how everything's going to fall into place, and you're going to see the shift happening in your life.
Yes, big time. And this is where so many people, they feel so out of sorts and so overstressed, and doing the way you're talking about, Ida, is just, it helps you people tune in. And this is why when you meditate like that on a regular basis, why you're getting all these downloads of ideas and creative time and space, because you are allowing your brain to not, when people don't do that, their brain is in fight or flight. And when we're in fight or flight mode, we have tunnel vision. We cannot think creatively. If it's physically impossible. So being able to unplug and recharge like that opens up that space in the brain.
And because you need that silent time. You know what happened?
Yes.
Even everybody should know already here in this station, but I'm a Christian. That's not a secret. But we pray, for example, in my religion, we pray. And we praying and praying, but we're not letting time for God to talk back to us because we're always talking. If I'm talking, you cannot talk. Is that right?
True.
So that's the time that you shut down, close your mouth and listen to what God has to say to you.
Yes.
You
I
understand
like
what
that.
I mean?
Yeah.
And that goes into any religion that you're practicing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to actually hear from whoever you think you're hearing from.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. And those messages can come through in a lot of different ways. It's just a matter we have to be open to receive.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Open to receive and declutter your mind.
Yeah.
Open to declutter your mind. Some people cannot go to sleep, and that happened to me. Okay. Yeah. I used to have a mind that keep going. Exactly. Since I started to practicing the journaling of my gratefulness at night, and then whatever else coming to my mind, it's like I'm downloading everything that I have in my brain, and then I'm able to relax.
There you go. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. It's so super important. And then you don't need all the medications that people are trying to go out there and get. It's just this is where I come up with, it's my new diagnosis is to be emotionally constipated. That really is what most people are.
Yes, it is true. It is true.
Yeah.
It is very true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So Ida, what do you have that you want to share specifically with our listeners?
When coming next year, I'm going to have an 8-week course. It's called Creating a Lifestyle of Health and Purpose. Okay. And it's going to go through the Medi-Spa that I explained before. We're going to work in your mindset, and then we're going to empower you with all the information. Then you're going to get a detox, and you're going to talk about your spiritual and break those limited beliefs and break out anything that is hindering you. Okay. You're going to start working in your purpose, and then you're going to get an action plan. Okay. And that class is going to be $1,200. But anybody that registered and paid in full before the year is over, okay, it's going to be only $997.
Very good. Very cool.
And people are going to get, you're going to get a binder with your individual protocol and how to prepare yourself to go to the doctor. You're going to get one-on-one call visits, calls every other week. You're going to get group coaching through Zoom, okay, every week. Okay, you're going to get 8 modules with all this information. Okay, you're going to get a detox program as a bonus. You're going to have a program that's going to teach you how to make non-toxic self-care products also as a bonus.
Very nice.
It's going to be a great program. And it's going to start on the 15th of January, giving the people, to work in those resolutions first and then give up for it and decide I need to do it the way it should be done.
Yeah. Okay, let's get the instruction book going here.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, and how do we get there? How do we sign up for that?
You can go to my page, which is www.facebook.com/RX4 Everlasting Health, and go to the event, and I'm going to have it there.
Okay. And if you didn't catch that, go to Shift Happens Facebook page, and Ida will post it there. Yes. Mm-hmm. And just like that, the show is wrapping up for today. So I want to real quick just share something. And of course, I couldn't find the article, but there was this pediatric doctor who works with terminally ill children, and he did a survey of kids between 4 and 9 years old of what was it that was really important to them, and they were terminally ill. And some of the things that they came up with was, that they loved spending time with their parents. Family time was important. Yeah. Going to the beach, pets were, what made life really good. And kindness, like the kind nurse made it not as painful, all those kinds of things. So those are the things, as you're thinking about your goals, is something to really remember, because at the end of our life, what really counts. Those are the things.
How you make people feel, not what you did exactly.
Yes.
How you make people feel is what counts.
So go ahead and let us know what kind of shifts that you're making, what kind of goals that you're setting. You have the instruction book right here to make this happen in your life so that you can go out and uncover your beautiful, unique talents and share with the world. We will see you next week.
Bye-bye, and run and make shift happen for 2020.
And we're clear. Great show.
All right. Thank you.
All right, ladies, I will talk to you next week. You have a fantastic week.
Thank you. I love how your little notes there. This music makes the world unite and dance. You're so
Well,
funny.
it's because this is the only show that I've ever seen. Every single guest jump on and they start dancing to it. I start dancing. I dance to everything. But
See?
I swear, it just unites the world.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's what we do here on Shift Happens.
Exactly. We shift our body.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Cara and Ida, I will talk to you next week. Have a good week.
Great. Thanks, you too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Facebook.
Bye.
All right. Okay, so
I think this was a very good show.
yeah.
We were like very